Hello, hello, hello. Hope everyone's having a good evening. It's just me and a catson hanging out. Gonna play some more Sherlock Holmes. Everyone's favorite large kitty cat, here to solve mysteries. But we have an art gallery to go to today. So we'll see what happens there. Hello, person outside my house.
Mr. Sherlock Holmes, I presume.
Correct. With whom do I have the pleasure?
Emilio Estero, happy to make your acquaintance. I am here on behalf of Mycroft, your brother. He's on his way to Cordona. In the meantime, he requests your assistance with a sensitive matter. My orders are to provide you with the details.
I'm busy.
I'm afraid I don't have time for this now.
I hope that you will reconsider. If you do, I'll be here.
Got a trophy. For being like, fuck off, brother. Alright. So, Muse from Abroad is the case we were dealing with. Bazaar Road and Hermes Avenue in the Old City. Bazaar Road, Hermes Avenue. Okay. Oh, so it's like right next to a coin. Okay. Well, honestly, we should just mark the coin here. And then we could probably teleport to Old City Market. Fast travel over to Old City Market. I might have a bit of money now from the last case, so we could also possibly buy something.
Nice affordable clothes. Step right up.
Don't miss out on the best carpets on the island. Merhaba.
Okay, how about buy this chandelier and this rug.
May your purchase bring you joy.
So we got a couple more things. Okay. Coin should be here, just a little.
A fresh newspaper? You know where to find me.
I don't have money for newspaper. Okay. There we go. The East is a delicate matter, Sherlock. It took me some time to work out the Old City people, as they are not especially welcoming towards outsiders. Take, for example, the House of Ramire. They lost their superiority to the House of Eagle, who adapted to the British rule, and they still refuse to change. It's such a shame. They make the best coffee in the whole of the Mediterranean. I would frequently pick my morning brew from the coffee shop frequented by Ramire workers, and visit a street nearby that has a direct view upon the big tower. I'd walk it slowly, enjoying the quiet bustle of a waking city. A little further, in front of a large wooden gate that blocks the road, I turned left into the archway. Through it, there is a yard where I'd sit underneath the big tree, enjoying my coffee, and listening to the covert conversations from the balcony above. You could find your rewards in the roots of that tree. is a direct view of a big tower nearby. I should pin this so it's easier to keep track of. Near the coffee shop. So the partial thing's going to be first, we need to find this coffee shop. Barber, shopping trade. Sorry, small child. Pharmacy, books. Same kind of slide as low. Okay. Sorry.
Not bad.
Okay. Essentially, I'm looking for an archway that leads to a yard. I don't know where the fuck I've ended up. Okay, maybe I should find my way back to the starting point here. Okay. Direct view upon a tall tower. So best guess then is coffee shop was near here. There's a street that had direct view upon a tall tower, which was blocked by a large wooden gateway. It's gotta mean this, or is it talking about that coffee shop? Because I got an actual, like, coffee shop marked. Okay, you know what? Let's go to that coffee shop. Sorry. This is the coffee shop. Oh, this is the coffee shop from before. Okay, so it might not be this, because this is where we were before. Yeah, this might not be. Yeah, this might have been a mistake. I'm pretty sure when we were running around before, we were trying to find a coin in the old city, we ended up over here. So, usually you don't end up that far away from where the hint was. So I definitely feel like I'm doing absolutely the wrong thing here. Okay, found furniture trader. Not looking for, but you know, cool. Where am I? Blam, blam, blam. Blam, blam, blam. Blam, blam, blam. Mycroft, where am I going? I'm under attack by a large cat. Hello, large cat. Momo! What are you doing? Ow! No, don't. Ow! Momo! God, it's wherever you have to be. Tried to yank the damn cord out of my ears. What's this way? Is this a pathway? Just do the thing where I inspect every goddamn tree in a 5-mile radius. Momiji, I love you, but you have the most insane ability to piss me off. Where are we going? Where is this? Is it this fucking tree? Yes! Apparently it is.
Ancient silver grosso. It was first introduced under Doge Enrico Dandolo and quickly became a dominant coin of Mediterranean commerce. Mycroft returned with this coin from Venice. It was a long trip, but I don't remember any stories. Mycroft never talked much about any of his trips.
Okay. Dealt with that. Back to our case. Hello.
Can I ask you a question?
Why don't you go and ask your rich friends?
Or want to ask you a question about your fucking outfit. And the gun. Is this where we're going? I'm guessing yes, because I was allowed to enter the building. Hello, you fancy
Mr.
fuck.
Holmes, you came. Oh, how kind. Though now, of course, I realize it is because of my game, not the works on display.
It needn't be one or the other. Your man's disguise was easily debunked, Mr. Vogel, but I shall admit that you planted in me the seed of curiosity.
Ah, terrific. I had no doubt you'd put the pieces together. Let us call it an opening gambit before the real game begins.
So, this little game of yours, what's it about?
An enigma to solve. A locked area in the basement with no windows found brutally vandalized. I have no clue how it was possible.
And what was in this basement?
And this locked area downstairs, what exactly was it?
The under gallery. It's always shut, and I'm the only one with the key.
Ah, so this is your private collection, not part of the gallery.
Oh, no. It's an exclusive exhibition of eccentric pieces. Only a select cadre of artists, investors, and collectors are admitted. Not everyone deserves to have their eyes opened.
What about this intrusion? What happened?
Last night, I was about to leave the gallery when I heard a noise downstairs. I went to the basement, but I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. It was admittedly a rudimentary inspection. It is not uncommon to get rats down there, so seeing nothing of note, I left and locked up the building. When I returned this morning, alas, I discovered that part of the exhibition had been torched, and there was no sign of the intruder. The mystery being, of course, that all the doors to the gallery were locked exactly as I left them.
And the door to the basement is the only entrance?
Correct. Tell me you're not intrigued.
Well, this matter is certainly within my wheelhouse.
This intrusion troubles me. Please take a look around if you're willing. The under gallery is through the door at the end.
I will see what I see.
We'll see what happens. It's time for a new mystery. You just had to go somewhere, didn't you, Sherlock? The luncheon on the grass. Edward Manet. Bullington from behind. It's just a button.
You sure you don't like art, Sherry?
The origin of the world. Gustave Courbet. I found Gustave! This looks like it could be like someone from the actual team put on a goofy outfit. The AC
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
A simplistic attempt at provocation.
A butchered shark. The I.Y. Franco room. It's a bit. Shovel.
Old, and hasn't been used for a long time.
We must look to the Shovel Knight. Do I have anything else to say about these footprints that I found? Well.
The left step's length is shorter than the right. It indicates that the walker was lame.
That's what I was. Okay. Anything else to investigate here?
Closed with a metal bolt.
Scratches.
Footprints. Size 9.5.
So like child size?
A true artist never shows an unfinished piece.
Yeah, well I'm not an artist. Let me unveil it. fucking fake raven.
Sherry, how about some company in that dreary chamber of yours?
Leave my loneliness unbroken, John.
Do you need more friends, Sherlock?
A handprint of the thing from another world. But it looks fresh, and its coal origin ruins the effect of the extra mundane.
Oh, hey! I know this piece.
Sodden and mold-ridden. One presumes deliberately.
This is... Oh, I don't know the name of it, though, off the top of my head. I just know how I know it. This is the cover use... the painting that's used for my particular copy of Frankenstein that I read back in college. Fascinating book, if you've never actually read Frankenstein. Very interesting. My school that I went to required all freshmen to read a specific book each year, and all freshmen had to read the same book. But it was a different book each year, so each freshman class would have a different book they had to read. And then our, freshman group class we would have to, spend some time talking about that book. And it was always related to the big conference we held every year. So my freshman year, we were doing reproductive technology. Was the particular conference we did, and they had us read Frankenstein, which is a little bit more tangentially related than, some other books that might have been, but I think they wanted to still give us something that would be more interesting for us to read than, just like a biology textbook kind of thing. And Frankenstein's a classic for a very good reason. So, Oscar Wilde?
Ugh, sheer vandalism. Only an ignorant person could do such a thing.
Is there anything else to fucking look at? Supposedly there's another thing here. But I'm not turning blue, Sherlock. Or yellow. There we go.
A Malpalbut. A Malpalbut. Coal fingerprints. I think we're looking for a man with a coal moustache.
This part's rather empty. Hang paintings on there. So apparently we've gathered enough to do that part, but I don't want to do that part just yet.
The parasites of creativity. Or just a reflection of the artist's recreational interests.
Artist out here doing drugs.
Saturn devouring his son. Oh, grim composition.
Unflinching in its ferocity, yet somehow beautiful.
Alright. Alright, John. Let's see what we can figure out. A nun figure or Mr. Vogel. Guessing Mr. Vogel. Again, it gotta be the unknown for pretty much everything except... Validate? Yeah.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the hatch bolt. He accidentally pushed a shovel to the floor. Vogel heard the noise. At the sound of his approaching footsteps, the intruder hid inside the coffin. When Vogel entered the basement, he failed to notice anything strange and left without properly checking. The intruder waited until Vogel had left the caravanserai before burning the paintings in Wilde's room, but the vandalism was a cover for the theft.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Alright. Pin that evidence for later. And we'll quickly go talk to Vogel. Be like, hey, here's what I figured out. I've been fucking robbed.
The pieces are not what I expected.
What do you think my collection is about?
Dozens of
Decadence?
priceless works amassed simply for the sake of it and presented without care. It's not about the art, it's about excess, yes?
I don't know.
Well, that's absurd. Of course you know. It's your gallery.
There is no one answer, no singular truth, but many filtered through the subjective mind. That forgetting, embellishing, lying machine.
Oh my god.
Besides, what's wrong with a lie if it makes life more interesting?
What's wrong with a lie? It corrupts the ability of others to behave freely and rationally.
Men never act freely and rationally anyway. It matters not what is or isn't in the end. The only important thing is how you feel. And I simply want to feel and consume as much as I can. Don't you?
I'm gonna flick
Feelings are simply one's animal ancestry trying to wrest back control of the brain. I try to avoid the distraction.
You try not to feel, even in a place like this? None of it moves you?
To be frank, I struggle to maintain even a whit of interest in art.
But Mr. Holmes, it is joy incarnate, mankind's greatest achievement.
Mankind's
Depends on the
highest
person.
achievement above all others is objective and rational thought.
I see then why you dislike art, for it means whatever you want it to.
Or perhaps, Mr. Vogel, I was lying.
Aha.
Mr. Vogel, I have confirmed that the intruder was an average-sized, flexible Malpal smoker with a limp. As it happens, the vandalism was a cover. The true intent was to steal a painting without your knowledge. The fact is, one of the pieces from the Wild Room is not in the wreckage.
What? That is extraordinary.
This thief was familiar with the gallery and he was sporting a limp. Do any of your clients or artists come to mind?
My. Your attention to detail is remarkable, Mr. Holmes. I should introduce you to Bosch's works. Alas, I'm afraid I cannot suggest a culprit.
The fire was a clever attempt to hide a stolen painting, even if it didn't fool me. I found the remnants of an empty frame in the pile of ashes. The canvas had been removed. Do you know which paintings in the Wild Room may have interested a thief? Were any particularly expensive?
Those pieces belong to a well-known artist named Boniface Mercurio. They're controversial, but not of a notably high value.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the latch and dislodged the shovel while doing so. That's the noise you heard yesterday. When you went downstairs to investigate, he hid in the coffin.
It seems I should have checked the space more thoroughly.
There's something more, is there not? I can see it in your eyes.
Indeed. There is another intriguing angle. I recently received an anonymous offer for one of Mercurio's works. The sum was more than fair, and indeed could have saved Mercurio from his artistic poverty. But he declined it.
Was it a performative whim? Some artists lionize pain and hardship as if their work would be worse after a meal and a hot bath.
I cannot tell. But not only did he refuse
tragic
the deal,
artist.
he insisted on displaying the painting in the public space. I was hoping to change his mind, but artists are a special breed of stubborn.
What was depicted in the piece?
A bound woman, wrapped in robes, being penetrated by a red devil that stared at us, the viewer. The beast had numerous tails growing from his back, and a large crowd gathered around the pair, silently watching the orgiastic scene.
Okay, well, given the nature of the other works on display, it's hard to see why that one stood out. What could possibly be its value?
The evaluation of art is very subjective, Mr. Holmes. After all, art is everything. A poem, a bruise, the beads of sweat on your beloved skin. Even a masterfully solved crime.
I'm not sure I see the connection.
Regardless, the painting was one of a series called The Sabbath Night in Cordona. The works depict sex, violence, and other controversial acts that life, for better or worse, contains.
Ah, I see.
I'm not sure that you do, but that can wait for another time.
I don't know what you're implying, man.
So where can I find Boniface Mercurio?
I know he lives somewhere in Old City, but couldn't be more specific. He's a prominent figure, so finding him shouldn't be a problem.
Well, I believe I have enough to begin. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. Your gallery certainly has unexpected depths.
I'm delighted to have been able to please a friend. In return, I expect you to come back with good news. Or at least with a good story.
All right. Mr. Mercury is a prominent person. Okay, so we have to leave and talk to people. What would be the best course of action here? Just talking to people?
Is this familiar to you?
There is no amount of money that would make me talk.
I'm gonna need to look like a regular person, aren't I?
May I ask you something?
I can't help you, friend.
This isn't working. You need a different tactic. Fuck off, John. I've asked 2 people. I can't ask more than 2 people. Prominent person. Does being a prominent person mean there might be, like, an article on him? Wrong direction? Where? Okay, we'll go to the Cordona Chronicle. See what we can find. Where's the Chronicle? Newspaper! Luckily, the Newspaper.
Mr. Holmes, I have something for you.
Oh, really?
Mr. Holmes, I see what you're up to. Mysterious stranger pursues betrothed woman. But please, let us keep things professional. I have in my possession an envelope containing details of a special assignment for you. Tell me, are you interested?
Sure.
I believe I am, but to be very clear, Miss Sertle, my interest extends to the message and not the messenger.
So he claims he's not a gal sneaker, seducing women everywhere he goes. Perhaps the truth is even more scandalous?
Please spare me the speculation and return to the matter at hand.
A gang of smugglers, the Eels, have Codona in their clammy grip. The British Empire can abide it no longer. Mycroft insists they be disbanded. But this organization only falls with the capture of their odious leader, Friedrich Panzer. And note well, I did say capture, not kill. Inside your envelope is a map marked with the Eels' warehouses. But alas, we do not know in which Friedrich Panzer resides.
So even Mycroft has his limits.
Indeed. You must be sure to identify the correct warehouse before entering, because once one is compromised, the other's occupants will scatter. Here are all the files, and feel free to use the archive too. Again, do not enter the wrong location, nor see any harm done to Friedrich Panzer.
Miss Sertle, if you're quite done with the redundant instructions, I shall get to work.
Well, that's perfect. Tortured hero lashes out after rejected romance. Tomorrow's edition will be a sensation.
All the side quests. Celebrities section. Districts. Old City section. Current events. Search. Hey, there we go. The brawl at Artists' Sellout. The past week has brought us a new scandal regarding the local so-called artistic hire society. It all began at the painting sellout named by local artists as the Dance of Decadence. The director of a publishing house, The Lion, Darren Turwick, broke the idol by throwing a chair at a decadent artist, Boniface Mercurio. As Mr. Turwick said later, he did it because Mr. Mercurio brought dishonor to his name. The column writer graciously reminds the reader that recently Mr. Mercurio was spotted with Mrs. Turwick at a coffee shop. Afterwards, an orchestra conductor, Kurt Gallagher, smashed a painting across Mr. Turwick's head to protect his friend Mercurio. A large brawl started, including a large number of the customers. After a protracted fight, the police arrived. All the high society brawlers were arrested and placed under guard for a week. What a breathtaking event it was. As your loyal personal advisor, I suggest that you obtain a souvenir from the sellout. Unfortunately, it has since ended, but Boniface Mercurio himself invites our readers to visit his home and purchase one of his paintings. You'll find him at the address Hermes Avenue between Scarlet Street and Olive Street in Old City. Just give your address out to everybody. That seems like a dumbass thing to do. Okay, between Scarlet Street, Olive Street. Okay, so he's like right there. Anywhere I want to stop along the way? No, I think we'll just go straight there. It's the middle of the night, and I'm wandering all around. Apologies. Is it this place? Yes. Yes, it is.
Excuse me, young man. Where do you think you're going?
Greetings, Mum. I'm looking for the...
I don't care who you're looking for. You shall not pass. No visitors allowed.
I wish to buy a painting from Mr. Boniface Mercurio. Is he at...
Dearie, tell me, because old age has made me blind. Did someone write Information Bureau on my forehead? Because I'm not here to answer your questions. Entry is for residents only. If you aren't a resident, please leave, or I shall report you to the police.
Okay. I need to change my appearance. Pin evidence. It's time for a wardrobe change. I don't think I have what I need. That's unfortunate. Okay. Clothing trader should just be... Go south a bit, and then we go to the side. Hopefully, there's a clothing trader who has what I... Oh, actually, the bigger thing is
Nice
hopefully-
affordable clothes.
Decorate
Let's pick
your
something
house
that
in
suits you.
Oriental style.
I need money and I don't have money. Luckily, I can apparently rent things for free.
Be careful with what you've taken.
Hello, it's me.
Boniface, sweetie. Is that you? Ah, old age does terrible things to one's sight. I didn't recognize you at first.
How are you, Mum? I'm ashamed to admit that I've lost my key. Do you have a spare?
For heaven's sake, how many times will you lose that key of yours? Of course I have a spare. You artists all live in your own little world.
Please, accept my thanks.
I would rather accept your rent. You promised to pay me several weeks ago, and I'm still waiting.
I will pay you, I promise, very soon.
You'd better do, my dear. Or else I'll just change the lock. And I won't fall for those cow eyes.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Got the key. Which direction am I going? This way. Which door is my door? Is this my door? Yep. Well, he's fucking dead.
The wound is precise. It was inflicted by a razor or a knife. Judging by post-mortem rigidity, the body lay here for 1 or 2 days.
Okay,
Soaked in blood. It seems as if the puddle of blood was here before the rags.
Okay. Knife.
A normal kitchen knife. Could be the murder weapon.
All right. What else we got here? We got painting. What the? Fucking.
Don't look at me like that, Sherry. I will not touch that dirty floor.
So you're gonna hang it on the roof instead? Camera?
I wonder where he got that fancy camera.
There's an old ass bread.
Despite the overall tendency towards mess, you cannot sit with the drawer pulled out like this. Someone left it after searching. It appears the wine was truly awful.
Huh.
Aunt May whiskey, brandy bucks. Quite a collection he had here.
He liked his alcohol, that's for certain.
The chest has been searched. Red skin, tails on the back. Reminds me of Werner's description of the stolen painting.
And what do we have in here?
The photograph was not pulled out in time. Such a waste of material. Look at this, John. Isn't it our stolen demon?
Do you think those are people who worked on the game?
The blood has dried.
I've heard of this style of painting. It is called expressionism.
I don't think that's what this was. Always make sure you link things together. John, you may not want to touch the ground, but I'm just gonna lie full on in it. No, someone attacked me. This? Missing one.
Mercurio was developing photographs when the intruder snuck in. Mercurio heard him coming. While the thief was searching the chest, the painter ran towards him with a bottle in his hand. He smashed it across the thief's head. The intruder had no choice but to defend himself, and the weapon of opportunity happened to be a kitchen knife. Mercurio stepped aside to grab the painting, but the wine-blinded thief attacked Mercurio's throat. When the thief came to his senses, he saw Mercurio bleeding on the floor. He grabbed the rags and tried to bandage him, but it was too late. Why did Mercurio attempt to snatch the painting in the middle of a fight? To strike the intruder? Not with his painting, it was too important to him.
What's on the painting?
It's time for some chemical magic, John.
We're gonna do some chemicals. Alright, let's see. What we got? What do we got? This is 4. What does this do? Yeah, but what does this do? Okay, so that makes that a 4. Nope, nope. That, right? Still life painting of Mercurio's room. Okay.
That doesn't look like the painting we need, Sherry.
As expected, but that doesn't mean it won't tell us anything. Let's put it on the easel where it belongs. I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John? If the intruder didn't take it, the skull should be somewhere here. Nothing behind it.
Yeah, but that's up now instead of on the ground like it originally was. It's a skull!
Monster was actually a man. Poor girl. John, you ought to be thrilled. We are now hunting the devil himself.
What were you saying, Sherry? I was too busy sketching the scene, you know, crimes and such like, daily routine. Did you find something?
A photograph. It depicts a man in a red suit with tails sprouting from his back and multiple people in masks watching the scene. It all adds up. But the act of love, it wasn't given willingly, John. It was a violation. And the girl, she was with child.
Give that to me now. Did you recognize someone?
No. Although the victim is not from Cordona, she is African. Look at the ritual scars on her face.
Get that image out of your brain. You have to continue the investigation.
I must speak to the landlady. Perhaps she saw or heard something.
Sherry, you cannot tell her the truth about Mercurio. It will hurt her.
John, that's illogical. Sooner or later,
Yeah,
she will
having
come here
the
and
dead
discover
body
a
upstairs
corpse, and
is
I
a better
still need to
thing.
talk to her.
Just avoid mentioning corpse, all right? Stick to the character, tell her to call the police.
I'll take that into account.
And wait here. I've redrawn the people in the photograph. Now you can proceed with your investigation without those horrific details.
Okay, I'm going to do my best.
What's wrong, dear? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Who entered my flat
Can you tell
recently?
me if anyone else has recently entered the flat?
Oh, you're talking about that limping man. I'm sorry I let him in. I was scared. And I thought maybe he would motivate you to find money so that you would pay your rent. No offense, dear.
Can you describe him?
Oh, so you weren't at home. I was so certain you didn't leave your flat that day. He was of average height, had a limp and a tattoo on his neck, and he was smoking Malpal cigarettes. My husband used to smoke those. They have a horrible smell I can recognize from a mile away.
All cigarettes smell fucking terrible.
Can I ask a favor?
Of course, dearie.
Please call the police and ask them to enter the flat. And don't look inside until they come up.
What? What trouble have you stepped in this time?
It really doesn't matter. Thank you, Mum.
Phew, Sherry, that was close. But you did everything.
How do I return clothes?
Incorrectly. Now, take off your outfit. I can't let you walk around in a dead man's clothes.
He forced me to take off my jacket. Okay. What would be the best way to go about this part? Tribal scars? Can I do something about the tribal scars? John's just playing like fucking hopscotch or some shit. What should I do? It doesn't give me like the indication that like the police would like have any information. So I'm not entirely certain. Maybe I can find someone else with like those scars. I need to find like African woman. I don't think Kenyan rascals would work. finding a lot of men. not as many women. We examine girl next door. I could also just completely be on the wrong track. And like, this isn't what I'm supposed to do. Come on. I might be on the wrong track here. They also don't dress. None of the women over here dress like this lady does. So maybe I'm supposed to go somewhere else? Got beggars from all over the place. Can't be fun. Must be rough. Can't listen to gossip, apparently.
Salty breeze, old ruins, dusty roads. Do you recall clambering over these walls as a child?
Perhaps. Did we find something at the top?
Okay, we can do that later. Right now, I'm trying to find someone who might know something. Okay. I'm finding a lot of, like, children. No?
Excuse me, just one question.
You want answers, but I don't want to talk to you, rich boy. So what happens now?
I don't know what I'm supposed to do about the bandit camps. Maybe I could get... Oh. Gosh darn it. I need someone. Sorry. Back over at this thing. I must be doing the wrong thing. Don't. I fucked up the whole shebang. Help. 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 I broke it. I broke it. I broke it. Maybe I should just start talking to people. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I just start talking to people. Just being like, hey. Do you know anything?
Are you able to help me?
I don't know, but you got me curious.
Sorry. Anyone? Can anybody help me? Oh. Sorry.
Do you know anything about this?
The streets won't share their secrets with those who hide in fancy houses.
Okay, so I need to look. Go over this.
Do you know anything about this?
Of course. The streets have the information you seek.
Just, I fully change my appearance in front of this woman. And she's like, oh, you're definitely a completely different person. Here you go. The scars on the girl's face seem to be from the Hughes ethnic group tribe. The only place where you can find Hughes people in Cordona is the refugee camp, located under Victoria Bridge between Scaladio and Silverton. Okay. Scaladio and Silverton. Victoria? Victoria Bridge. Which bridge is that? This one. Alright. Actually, real quick, I want to see if I need to return these clothes. Let's also, real quick, make me look like me again. Oop, wrong button.
Nice affordable clothes. Step right up. Let's pick something that suits you.
Can I return the clothes that I've rented? No. You won't let me. Well,
Don't leave. Take one more look.
Well, it wouldn't... No. It wouldn't let me return them, okay? I was trying to do the right thing, and game said no. So you know what? Apparently they're mine now. Refugee camp, refugee camp. Must be that place right down there.
Beasts!
May I ask for your assistance?
Oh, sir, I'm afraid I don't know about that.
Oh, I was hoping you could clarify why we're calling people beasts. What happened? Oh no. Was there more murder?
Murderers!
They're completely livid.
First they come to our land, then they murder our people.
Drop! Sir, this place is off limits to the public. Please state your business or leave, or I shall request that the police escort you out.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm a private investigator. I'm looking for a witness for a case.
A private investigator? Really? Even so, you're not authorized. I can't let you in.
And you are?
I'm Ronald Harlow, here to handle the refugee situation on behalf of City Hall. I'm the acting
Police have
supervisor
given
here,
me
so I have full
permission.
authority here to ask you to leave, or I shall order the police to detain you for trying to pass the blockade. Please, step back.
Works indoors, poor lighting. Overdressed, wants to look authoritative. I can tell you that much. Sweating, stressed. This is your first big case, isn't it? Clean shoes, sedentary. Slight mustache, tries to appear older. Tired pen pusher.
The people in the crowd are shouting about a murder in the camp. Are you trying to hide it?
It's mere assumption. I assure you that the situation is under the police's control.
If it was under control, if there was no dead body, you wouldn't be as nervous as you are. You would be sitting in your cozy dark corner of the City Hall room doing nothing as usual. Yet, you're here, trying to deal with a series of problems you never asked for.
These insults are inappropriate. You don't know what I'm doing for this camp. Even though the rest of City Hall doesn't give a bloody squat about the refugees, maybe I didn't want to be assigned to this camp. But I'm trying to do my best for these people. If not for my work, they might not have any shelter or food even.
I apologize, Mr. Harlow. Perhaps I was prejudiced towards you, but in any case, I'm sure that you would still want this to be over as quickly as possible. The current reality is that neither you nor the police are managing things well here. You are unable to calm the crowd. You have simply never handled a situation like this before.
What are you driving at, Mr. Holmes?
I can help.
I can help you to handle the situation if you're truly interested in solving things quickly and quietly.
And how exactly would you manage that?
Simply tell the police that I'm with City Hall, and I'm permitted to investigate the scene. I'll work out the rest, but in return, I need your help finding my witness. She's a young refugee. She's with child or was with child recently.
Look, there is indeed a dead body inside the camp. So even if the girl you are looking for is there, all the refugees are now being detained and interrogated by the police. They won't allow you to speak with her, and I can't do anything about that until the situation settles down.
So it's in our mutual interest to settle it.
Oh. I suppose that things are bad enough that I ought not shy away from help. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell the police to allow you to come inside. Just tell me when you're ready.
You're working again.
Mr. Harlow, what exactly do you do here? What are your responsibilities?
What I do and what I am responsible for are two different realities, Mr. Holmes. On paper, I am in charge of the camp territory, security, provision, and the refugees in general. What I actually do most of the time is knock on every City Hall door trying to obtain some funding, or at least rations for the camp.
Are the police here on City Hall's behalf too?
They are, minus those who came here after the body was found. The governor won't let the refugees disperse into the island, so there's a significant police presence guarding the camp. Naturally, they answer directly to the police. I have some influence here, but I'm not their direct authority.
Mr. Harlow, how did the refugees end up here exactly?
Oh, so you're not from around here yourself?
I've been away for some time, but I read the papers.
Yes, this whole story has been in the papers for almost a year now. They were smuggled to Cordona on a ship from Africa.
Smuggled? Then why didn't you deport them?
The smugglers managed to sneak them to shore and hide them inside an abandoned warehouse. When the police raided the warehouse and found the refugees there, the ship was already gone. We aren't even certain as to which ship it was. We have busy shipping routes with other colonies these days, you see.
So you decided to lock them up under a bridge?
There was no other option. We're still trying to work out what to do with them. I only hope we'll find a humane solution and not put them on a raft and float them out to sea.
This wasn't how refugees were still being treated.
I'm ready to take a look at the scene.
Unfortunately, immigration
Go inside the
situation
camp and find
and
Inspector
refugee situation
Tewksbury.
is still
He's the officer
terrible.
investigating the scene. Tell him I sent you. Say you're an independent expert from City Hall. He'll fill in the details for you.
I'll find my way with words. Thank you, Mr. Harlow.
Murder! Beasts!
So they keep these refugees under a bridge like proverbial trolls. No wonder the people outside are so disturbed.
Yeah, well. Hello.
Who the hell are you? How did you get in here?
Mr. Ronald Harlow let me in, sir. I'm Sherlock Holmes, a surveyor of refugee affairs with City Hall. You're Inspector Tewksbury, I presume?
A surveyor? What does that even mean?
It means
In
fuck off
short,
and let
I've
me
been
do my
sent to
job.
conduct an extensive report on the incident for the Colonial Office and to assess all the damage inflicted on state property.
Got it. Another paperworm sent to count money and get food for archive mold. Go on, look around, but don't make yourself too at home. As if I didn't have enough problems before you appeared.
Could you first tell me what happened here?
What happened? People from the bridge above the camp heard a woman screaming and saw a mass of refugees attacking a man. Clearly not a refugee. When the camp guards came by, the man was floating in the sewage canal with a knife in his chest. Bam. A murder. Big news for Cordona.
I'm sure. Thank you, Inspector.
Any other victims?
And none of the refugees were harmed?
One fellow was cut. He's lying over there near their kitchen. He's in a bad way.
You mentioned a woman screaming who attracted the bypassers on the bridge. Was she harmed?
No, she's all right, but perhaps the whole debacle started because of her. She started wailing and the refugees stood up for the girl.
And where is this young woman now?
Back there in the shacks, same as the rest of the refugees. She's been questioned by my men, but she's just some refugee girl. Can't understand much English.
Who's the dead man?
Did you learn anything about the dead man?
The fellow looks like a thug. I've had dozens like him fished out of the sea over the past 20 years. Ever since these refugees arrived, there have been people on Cordona with bad blood in them. My best bet is that this thug had something against them too.
And no clue as to his identity?
He had some items on his body, but nothing to indicate who he was or where he was from.
I think I should catalogue his possessions in my records.
Go on. They're on the table near the body.
Do you have any suspects yet?
You're joking, right? I've got a whole camp full of suspects. And if you ask me, this bloke had it coming. Better bury him and forget about the whole thing. And now there's a crowd gathered at the camp, and my superiors say we must thoroughly interrogate the refugees. At least those who can understand any English.
Do you believe that your superiors wish to get rid of the refugees?
I think that both our superiors would rather keep the story quiet. Since that's an unaffordable luxury now, they're looking how to protect their public image. That's why I have to waste my time waiting for my people to turn every stone and befriend every refugee.
All right. I'm going to take a break to refill my drink and use the restroom, and I will be back in a little bit. Be back soon. Momiji continues to believe that she is the most important thing ever, and I should be paying the most attention to her and not the game. And I'm very rude because I dared slightly shift her when I got up, which, as we all know, is a crime. Massive crime.
Here we go again. Number of hours on Cordona before stumbling upon another dead body? 0.
Blood.
Someone bled profusely here.
You don't say.
A fresh crack, as if the crate was hit recently. A furrow in the ground. A blood trail leading to or from the canal.
We got a real crime scene here.
Police boots. Always happy to trample evidence. A heavy boot with a worn-out sole. A man's footprint. Oh, carnelian agate beads, a traditional African adornment.
A shtick.
No hint of blood or impact. It might have been used as an improvised weapon.
Blood.
The blood sprayed off the blade after the strike.
Blood. Chickens. I can hear a lot of chickens. Hello, large amount of chickens.
Someone was dragged against their will.
It's water. It's a person with a big ass wound.
The cut is deep, potentially serious if not treated immediately. He is in shock, feverish and dehydrated.
Sherry, you know first aid. Surely you have a duty to help this man. You can't leave him to certain death.
Do I have materials?
That will kill, not save him.
Okay, good to know.
It won't do any good. I'll use it to create a solution.
Okay, but first I need materials.
I'm afraid these leaves can only be added to tea.
Helpful. Helpful, Sherlock.
I can use this to stop the infection from spreading.
If they find out about the passage, everything will go to hell.
so.
Sherry, just look at this. Living quarters in a sewer. What kind of a genius
Just wash.
bureaucrat came up
Better
with
than
this
nothing to
idea?
bandage the wound.
If they find out about the passage, everything will go to hell.
No. Take refugees out. Okay, so money as well.
If they find out about the...
Luckily, I have infinite chances. No. No. Take refugees out. No. No. Can't lock down. No. Money. These officers are worried that the situation with Deadeye will put the camp in strict lockdown and they will lose money flow they were earning from their scheme.
Nobody will know anything if you keep your bloody mouth shut.
The coppers smell fishy here, Sherry. Perhaps we should sniff around in the camp a little more thoroughly.
We will.
I've plated all the ingredients, now to prepare the first aid solution.
Analysis. Okay, -3, -4. What does this one do? Oh, swaps. Okay. I think I'm gonna have it too. So I just need okay. What's this do? Brings it down. Okay. Okay. Flip this. Okay, this puts this at -3, -3. Okay. I need... I need this to flip. I need to go up by 1. Okay. And then that goes down by 1. That goes down by 1. -3, -4, 5. Yes. Okay. There we go.
Thank you.
This should make you feel better, my friend. Now remain lying down and drink as much water as you can.
Well done, Sherry. At least he won't die from the infection.
Okay.
The refugees have been detained and will not leave until all the circumstances are clarified.
Okay, so I won't let us go back there. Let's see what we got.
A simple leather sheath. Perfect for a dirk.
Money.
£1,000. A fair sum, especially considering British currency isn't very common in Cordona. Malpal, soaked with salt water.
Okay, we looked at those ones. Let's check out the body.
Coal dust under the nails. I don't see much coal around here.
It's a knife!
A steel dirk. Sharp. A common accessory among sailors and soldiers. I'd say the blade penetrated upward, however the wound is too messy to be certain. An interesting tattoo. Does it mean something? Heavy boots, with one soul far more worn than the other. This man was limping, John. A violent death. This man, limping. Coal dust. I think we're onto something here, John.
I think things happened. Should I confront these douchebags?
May I ask you something?
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
Okay, I got the 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 7, 8. Okay, what am I missing? Oh, 9.
Clearly a left handprint here. You know what? I'd like to understand.
What?
How did our dead man end up inside the camp in the first place?
You still here? Your problem, not mine. Go and bother someone else with this, son. I've already told you all I've learned. I've already told you all I've learned. I've already told you all I've learned. I've already told you all I've learned.
The guards at the sewers were speaking about taking refugees out of the camp. Do you know anything about this, Inspector?
Less than you do, obviously.
And this doesn't bother you as an officer of the law?
I can neither punish them nor put them on the right track, if that's what you're asking. Maybe your friends at City Hall could do something about it, but I seriously doubt that. To be honest, I'm sick and tired of being frowned on for my uniform. If those fine gentlemen you've eavesdropped on are in some shady business, that's on their heads.
Aren't you just lovely?
Sealed shut. I doubt our man could get through these grates.
Alex. Water? Done swimming?
It's unlikely anyone could get in or out of the camp by water without alerting the police guards. No, it's too short for these walls or cliffs.
Murder! Beasts!
A single Malpal butt. Roadman cigarettes. A brand highly regarded by law enforcement officers. So there wasn't any sophisticated infiltration plan. The good old police just let the man into the camp. Now we have everything we need to get the full picture of what happened at the camp.
I hope I'm not making a grave mistake in trusting you, Mr. Holmes.
Well, I was hoping I could talk to you about the City Hall, about the sneaking refugees out of camp thing, but apparently I may not. Yeah, no, it's dragging this lady.
So, we have a thug who came to take a refugee woman with him. She resisted, but he dragged her by force. One of the refugees stood in his way, armed with a stick, yet he could do nothing against a cutthroat with a blade. The man didn't anticipate that the other refugees would intervene and stand against him. In the confusion, the woman managed to break free. The thug took fright and fled. He was stopped by the falling crates. He stumbled and fell, piercing his chest with his own blade. However, the wound didn't cause instant death. He managed to stand, but still bleeding, he lost his balance on the bridge and fell. Before all of this, the man had freely entered the camp through the main entrance. The police admitted him after they had a short smoke together.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword. In our man's case, it's the same sword.
In our man's case, fucking dumb.
Mr. Harlow, your refugees didn't murder anyone.
What? Pray tell me what you've learned.
All right, listen carefully. This might solve one problem for you, but will create a few more.
Oh, well, that's a great start.
The man came to the camp intending to kidnap one of your refugees, a woman. What he didn't expect was that the refugees would stand up to protect the woman. A brawl had broken out. In the chaos of it, the man stumbled over those crates and fell on his own blade.
How do you know he fell on his own blade?
The wound in his chest was inflicted from an unusual angle. It was not an offensive stab, shall we say. The refugees didn't touch him. And judging by the blood at the scene, the intruder managed to raise himself but was unable to walk very far. He ultimately fell into the canal.
But how did he sneak into the camp? Why didn't the police see him?
And this is where your new problems emerge, Mr. Harlow.
What do you mean?
You're not a dull-witted man. You know what I mean. There is no feasible way to get into the camp without the police guards knowing of it.
The pile of mess I had to sort out has just become bigger, but somehow that doesn't surprise me.
Man managed
Anyway,
to stab himself.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Holmes.
And your police guards did.
Meanwhile, I'll make sure the police aren't detaining the refugees any longer. You can go back in and look for your witness.
I thank you.
You think one small clock
While I'm doing that, how about I
make any difference in this place?
Who knows, John? Just one ill-fitting cog could make the whole machine crumble. Could you help me?
They often take us from the camps to work. Most don't mind, though. It's the only way we get a glimpse of freedom.
According to the refugees, some shady people regularly visit the camp and take refugees away from them to perform various work. The work is usually hard, but the refugees receive money and food. The girl was abused after she was supposedly taken to such work. Since then, the refugees decide not to allow their women.
So there's a smuggling ring in the camp. This wasn't the first time that someone freely entered the camp to take a refugee out.
At least it was certainly his last time. My gut tells me that we'll learn more about this ring when we find out where the thug came from.
This is a rougher case. Just talk.
Excuse me, just one question.
Sorry. We don't see much here.
Are you able to help me?
Sorry. We don't see much here.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Okay. Well, I just want to talk
You're
to
the
you.
one who tended to our man's wounds. I thank you greatly. The police didn't allow us to help him.
Well,
the police will leave you alone now.
I'm not gonna.
I've
let him
proven
just
to them that the man
die.
who came into the camp died due to his own foolishness.
Thank you for standing up for us. But nobody would help us without a reason. You're here because you want something.
Yes, I do. I need to speak with the girl drawn here.
The dead man came for her too. He wanted to take the girl away, but we won't allow her to be hurt again. What do you want from Nayla?
Nayla. She was hurt some time ago. I'm here to find the people who did this and bring them to justice. And to find them, I need Nayla's help. Will you let me speak to her?
Justice. There's no justice on this land. But
I don't
you
disagree
helped
with you.
us, so maybe your words are not empty.
Kira!
You can speak to Nayla
Hey, how's it going?
if she wants it. But
Can't
I
stay
will be
long. I have
watching
work
you.
in the morning. Completely understand. I appreciate you stopping by and saying hello.
Hello, Nayla? My name is Sherlock. I know someone hurt you. I am here to help. I'm trying to find the people involved and bring them to justice. Please. There is a photograph, and I'm sorry, it is terrible, but I simply must ask. Where did this happen? What can you tell me about these people? Christ, Sherlock.
You're not good at emotion,
Nayla,
Sherlock.
I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this.
You come here for me, but you are rude and cruel and condescending. A cross. The man had this cross. Now go away. Leave us be. I do not need another white man's help.
Hello!
Oh,
How's it
glad
going?
That wasn't me.
Not my best work, John. By a long shot. Nayla.
I'm not good at talking to people. I have emotional issues. I'm Sherlock Holmes. Alright. Sketch of the abuser. Peculiar cross-shaped badges on the voucher's chest. Badges like this are usually worn to British hiring officials. Not many of those visit Cordona, let alone work on the island. So...
Nayla doesn't want us meddling. I'm starting to wonder what
Probably.
this all achieves.
But she helped
Go
you
and
anyway. Now we
find
know that
something
maniac's
at
face
City
and the
Hall.
cross he wore, we can still catch him.
Good, how are you? I'm doing pretty well. I love him. I adore this man in pretty much every version of him that exists. He is my favorite fictional character ever. He is my #1 fictional crush. The man struggles with understanding people and emotions. It's just the truth. It's part of his character. It's one of the things that leans into him being so...
I owe you a lot, Mr. Holmes.
like autism coded.
You still here?
Yes. What do you have to say about this?
I've already told you all I've learned.
How about this?
The intruder has a most peculiar tattoo on his neck, 2 lines and a point. Do you know anything about it?
He does
You really
his
want to know,
best.
kid?
We love him all the
What?
same. He
You
does.
wanna play a policeman or
he
something?
has
I'm
emotions,
sure you
and he
have
does.
it in your records,
you know,
so it won't hurt if I have it in mine.
he understands
in my
relationships
records, it's
and
just
stuff.
a tattoo,
It's
as
just
it should be in
again.
yours. Ah, to hell with you.
It's a struggle for him.
Suit yourself as to what you're
'Cause,
going to do with it.
I mean,
Off the record, though.
that's not how his
Such
brain works. His
tattoos
brain
are often
thinks very
connected to a man named
logically,
Mr. Niccolo
and
Bernadotti.
Bernadotti, you say?
a lot
A
about
respectable businessman in Scalario.
science and
His company
realist-based
imports goods
kinds
and
of
wines
things. That's how
and
his brain works.
smuggles
It's a very
everything that can be
logical
smuggled between the colonies and the mainland. His people can be identified
then
by an obscure tattoo.
The environment he
Just
grew
like
up
the one
in
over there our friend has.
was not
But these are all
exactly
merely rumours, you see. If Mr.
emotion
Bernadotti was
heavy.
a criminal, he'd be in prison now. Or
And we
hanged,
see that in how
right?
like Mycroft is as well. Mycroft is even like less emotional than Sherlock is. All evidence collected. Woo! There's absolutely nothing else over here now. So, I love him, and I love stories that explore how he is more emotional than like Mycroft is, and how he is an emotional person. It's just in a very different way than society looks at it. Okay, we should go to City Hall, I think. Which is essentially just down the street. Woo! Oh yeah, that is interesting. I didn't know that about Mycroft. That gives a lot of nuance to the relationship for sure. Yeah, Mycroft really tends to shun emotion. And, like, because he has to work the job that he does, and he has to have the kinds of relationships that he does, emotion and having emotional relationships are not something Mycroft can really afford. And that leans into how his relationship ends up being with Sherlock. Because Sherlock kind of emulates that, but he is not quite as easily able to completely close off his emotions the way Mycroft does. He does feel them, and he struggles with that because he doesn't understand them. Hey Winter, how's it going? The leather panels in his coattail are so extra. Everything about this outfit is so extra. Why do I have one forearm showing? You just get a sneak peek of this one arm. Tantalizing. You see that, ladies? You see that, men? He's got the drip. He does. I am tempted to put him in a different outfit for a little bit. One slutty forearm. He's ready to trunk you stuff on Expedition 33. That's what Dad and I keep saying. he, like, I don't mean to, but I'm playing 2 characters that got some similar drip. Oh god, stop, it's too much forearm, I can't concentrate. I can make it worse. I can make it worse. Prepare for 2 forearms. What you gonna do now? Two forearms! I can't handle the hotness, gonna die. Hey, this version of Sherlock is more our age. He's 21. A little on the younger side for me, but perfectly reasonable age gap. Is he available? No, he's mine. First off, he's not available. Sherlock Holmes does not date. 2, if he did, he's mine. I would never break the girl code. Thank you, love. All right. Let's see. Officials. British. Districts. Old City? No. Not. Thomas Norton. Born 1840 in London, graduated from the University of Oxford in 1864. 1869, working at the Home Office as secretary. 1875, took position as military commissioner in India. Honored by the Queen herself with the Order of the Bath in 1877. 1st of March 1878, was appointed as the British envoy in Cardona with his own cabinet in City Hall. Okay, so he works for City Hall. We're already fucking in City Hall. So we don't exactly have to go far to find him. Where would he be? Thomas Norton. Sup, bitch? You sexually assaulted a woman, you son of a bitch.
If you're signing up for military service, come back tomorrow.
I'm here to break your fucking face in.
Straighten out some business.
I want to break your fucking face in, you stupid son of a bitch. You get some wine on your hands, you absolute douchebag. He's a party goer. Bitch.
Why are you staring at me like I'm a Madame Tussauds figure? Didn't you hear what I just said?
On my way here, I was wondering whether you might regret.
I didn't know Madame Tussauds was around.
I tried my best to retain
back then.
At least a shred
I guess it
of
makes
faith in
sense.
humanity. I had hoped that you would hear her scream, see her face in your dreams, or at least once ask yourself how Nayla might feel.
Who?
Neither of my hopes were fulfilled.
Why are you here?
Do I do it? Do I punch him in the face? Must go. Good night, rest of your stream. Well, thank you for stopping by, Kira. It's always lovely to see you. Sleep well. Have a good day at work tomorrow. Hell yeah, get his ass. This bitch sexually assaulted a woman and may have hired a guy to kill someone.
You defiled a girl who was with child. Don't even pretend that you regret what took place. Do you wonder why I came here? It is because I am disgusted with people like you, and the only way in my mind to rid the world of your ilk is to see you hanging from the gallows.
All right, all right. Is it about money, as you said in the letter? I have it, all right? There's no need for violence.
I've never written a single word to you. As you can see, I have a more direct approach.
I show up and punch you in the face.
It wasn't from you.
You son of a bitch.
Answers to start with.
Fine. I suppose now we have a nice long talk. Do you drink, Mr.
Sherlock Holmes? And I do not.
Shame. All the best discussions are accompanied by a glass of whiskey. But out of respect for you, I won't drink either.
Respect? That's an unusual word in your mouth, Mr.
Where are my manners? My name is Thomas Norton, a British envoy in Cordona on a military mission. So, where do we start?
Well, you're a son of a bitch. That's where we start. Piece of shit. Well, we got a good punch in.
Boniface Mercurio, does the name mean anything to you?
He's an artist, right?
The one responsible for the painting that compromises you. I found him dead in his room.
I will always,
that is
always get
Wait, you don't think that I have anything to do with this?
get
You
a
had motive
chance.
to kill him.
Maybe I did. But
I will
listen,
always take the chance when
I
given
know
an opportunity.
How this looks, but
to
murder?
Punch
That's
a bitch.
on another level.
Like this.
I had thoughts that this Mercutio.
Glad you at
well,
least got
him,
a good
yes,
right hook.
I
And,
thought
hell
he
yeah,
could have
Sherlock
been
did
the
not hold back.
But I was too afraid to make any hasty decisions.
Again,
there were plenty of ways to fail by making a move.
Reasons
so
to be
I
in
chose
love
to
with
wait
Sherlock Holmes.
to see what he would do next.
Man's not afraid
You
to punch
have
a
to
bitch.
believe me.
I don't believe people, I believe evidence.
Then
Guy use those sexy,
at
sexy
the
forearms for something. Them slutty, slutty forearms.
The painting that depicted you in the image of the devil was stolen by
Look
a
at them.
mercenary. Did you have anything to do with it?
They're just ready to punch things.
Sir, but hiring criminals for
This
illicit
man's a
purposes
boxer.
is not in my daily
He's trained.
schedule.
And buying the painting in an attempt to hide the crime, is that on your daily schedule?
What would you do in my situation?
I would never put myself in such a situation.
You're young. I could never have imagined myself in my current position. Yet,
I
here
wouldn't
I am
sexually
in
assault
front of you.
someone.
We all make mistakes, Mr. Holmes. And I'm no
That's
exception.
not a mistake, you absolute son of a bitch.
So, let's return to the beginning. What happened at the party?
Yeah, you want to give
vaguely
your
remember that
explanation?
night. As usual at such parties, you meet people, you talk with them.
Yeah,
They
mistakes
invite you to
my
spend
ass.
some time alone with them. What can I say? I got myself mixed up with the wrong company, and somebody must have mixed some psychoactive substance in my drink. After that, it's all blurry.
Oh, you're blaming
I completely
drugs.
lost my sanity.
You're blaming
I
the
made a
drugs.
terrible mistake which I regret deeply.
You don't say. Do refugee girls often appear on the menu at those types of parties?
It's rather rare.
So you didn't attend the party to engage in an exotic experience involving a vulnerable woman unable to accuse you of assault.
I would never have planned such a terrible thing. What happened was just...
You don't sound very
circumstance.
remorseful. You know the worst I've ever done when I've gotten real tipsy on alcohol? You know the worst I've ever done? Talk for 30 straight minutes about squirrels. That's the worst thing I've ever done. Is talk to, or I guess more at my mother about squirrels for 30 minutes straight.
You mentioned blackmail. Tell me about it.
All right. A couple of days ago, I received an anonymous letter. It said that in the art gallery at Caravansary there exists a painting that incriminates me. The blackmailer made it clear that if there is a painting, then a photograph exists too. And I should be wary of what it might do to my reputation.
What does the blackmailer want from you?
Money, of course. What else do such people want? Needless to say, I don't remember anyone taking photographs at the party. Up until the last moment, I hoped he was bluffing. But he wasn't, as you've just proven to me.
Show me the letter.
I burnt it as soon as I read it. I've left enough evidence. There's no need for any more. Mr. Holmes, I've built my entire career on hard work and uncompromising dedication to the Crown. I made a mistake, but I'm not a villain from some cheap adventure fiction. By putting me behind bars, you will benefit precisely no one.
Rotting in prison is the least you deserve, but I have a better idea. You will make amends and help the ones you hurt. Use your connections to help patriate the refugees, find them decent homes, give them jobs. There must be a meaning to your position and my decision.
Yes, all right, I can do that. So, will you give me the photograph now?
That's not all. Naylor deserves the very utmost of what you can do.
Help the girl? I can't risk the press paying extra attention to her. I will do anything except that.
I need to think this all through. Don't do anything foolish in the meantime.
What makes you think you can decide what's best for these people?
Such is the arrogance of British imperialism. I take your point.
We can try what we can, John. That's really it. Okay, probably next thing would be this tattoo. Smuggling chain, so... that's not all. I have not found everything in this case. I think if we go to the police station, we can check their archives about the smuggling ring. But real quick, before we do that, is there any cool stuff we can do? I think I'm out of money at the moment, unfortunately. What if I switch up the clothes for a little bit? Let's be a classic Sherlock for a little bit. He's a little bit more classic Sherlock. Okay, you get to the police station, which is over here. Probably go in the correct direction. It is nice. This is one of the suits you wear in the other games. This game was a kind of like a reboot of their Sherlock Holmes games. Frogware makes pretty much all the Sherlock Holmes games. They pretty much have like the exclusive rights to make Sherlock Holmes games, I think. And they've been making them for at least 20 years. And they're really good. They do a really good job with them. But this was the first game where they tried to take like... They'd started moving in this direction, and then this one they like hardline were like, we're going to be like more open world kind of thing. We're going to have you make choices and decisions. We're going to have like multiple things going on and not just like the mainline quests. So you got like other things you can do. Just like really adding on to the world. And it's really cool. And so they decided to do that. They were going to have a younger Sherlock. The lighting makes it look like he's got my dad's facial hair. Oh god, it's my father. Lord Darkholder, is that you? But it ends up being really interesting. Where they decided to go with it. And then there's one more game after this that's been made so far. You're not my dad, or are you? No, this is Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes cannot be my father, because as previously established, Sherlock Holmes is my husband. He cannot be my dad. We're not going down that route. I refuse. Okay, our guys are in the other direction. Yeah, this is in Alabama. Yeah, no. No. I think just for that, I have to change his look. I have to get rid of the facial hair. Just for that, he's gotta be clean shaven again. It's cooler doing open world stuff. Yeah, I'm really excited for... It's all good. It's all good. I'm really excited to play the next game because that is technically a remake of an older game of theirs from like 2008, but with this new Sherlock stuff. So the younger Sherlock, the more open world things, the multiple things going on, and not just the main storyline, the updated graphics, all that stuff. So I'm really excited to get to that one and see how things end up being changed. Okay. Let's see. Smuggling. Suspects. Districts. Claudia. There we go. Niccolo Bernadotti, born 1834, is a businessman and patron well known in Cordona. The founder and owner of the Bernadotti Company Limited, established 1873. Main office southeastern Scaladio, Bazaar Road near the crossing with Roman Road. Mr. Bernadotti was brought in for questioning on February 13, 1876, after a tip-off from one of our anonymous sources. The source provided information that points to Mr. Bernadotti's connection to the smuggling of liquors and items of antique art between British colonies, Cordona, and the rest of the United Kingdom. People allegedly working for Mr. Bernadotti's company were previously linked to a number of unlawful activities, including robbery, violence, racketeering, and blackmailing. Mr. Bernadotti was called in for questioning as a witness, since there is no tangible evidence available to serve any charges. During the questioning carried out by myself and Officer Booth, Mr. Bernadotti claimed to be unaware of any operations and facts provided by our source. No information could be obtained on his activities before he moved to Britain, documented or otherwise. As Mr. Bernadotti claims, up until 1873 he lived in Sicilia, Italy, where he had a vending business until he moved to London and began importing goods. Conclusion: it is not possible to incriminate Mr. Bernadotti with anything connected to the case. Inspector Herbert Ryder.
An impressive slice of life.
Okay, so my guess is... we're going to want to... find this. Okay, southeastern Bazaar Road, near the crossing with Roman Road. Here-ish.
The police had a lot on him, and at the same time, nothing at all. Amateurs.
Does anyone out there have a favorite Sherlock Holmes? Like, version of Sherlock Holmes? I know a lot of people out there are, you know, big on some of the newer versions that have been, like, huge. So Benedict Cumberbatch's version from BBC Sherlock, which was one of the first adaptations I ever watched. The Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock, which was quite good. Should we go take out a bandit layer quick? Because I don't actually know what we do with those. And I'm curious. Because there's one nearby and I've found another one recently. For the hell of it, should we go and mess with one of those? That might be fun. What will it do if I decide to go in? Guessing punch some bitches. Bandit Layers Audio. Activate challenges for a higher reward. This could go terribly. Because I am not the best at the combat.
I'm coming for you.
I thought we were against murder.
I didn't mean to murder! I didn't mean to kill.
Don't bother moving. You've lost. No more crime for you until next month.
Until next month. Ow!
It won't work this way.
I'm coming for you.
I'm really bad at the combat.
The snuff's ready.
Ow!
You can overcome the brute now.
I am dead. I know those newer Enola Holmes movies came out, but I read the books when I was a kiddo, and I really liked those, even though Sherlock was kind of the enemy a little bit, but he had a lot of nuance, and they kind of worked together, even though Enola was running away from him, so I liked that a lot. Haven't actually seen the new movies. I don't know if I ever read the Enola Holmes books. I didn't know there were Enola Holmes books. I will have to look for those. And yeah, I haven't seen the movies either. I just know that people loved Henry Cavill as Sherlock, but I mean, people love Henry Cavill as literally anything, because I too enjoy him. He's just a big nerd. Let's try this again, shall we? I legit might have to see if I can, like, turn down the combat.
Don't bother moving. You've lost.
I'm gonna hurt you.
I don't kill, but I will shoot you in the foot. Where is the final guy?
Excuse me.
How did I end up behind him all of a sudden?
Take a rest, my friend.
The snuff's ready. Time to knock this guy out.
I mean, I would love to. But it's slightly easier said than done, John.
No more crime for you.
Give him the pepper snuff.
I'll put you 6 feet under. I'm coming.
I'm coming. I don't think I need to know that.
Don't.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm coming.
We can overcome the brute now.
I'm coming.
Shut the fuck up.
I couldn't miss the party. I'm coming.
They only have one voice line
Joseph,
apparently.
give him the pepper
It's that.
snuff.
Don't bother moving. You've lost.
trying to arrest everyone instead of killing
No
anybody.
more crime for you until next month.
Ah! Ow!
Take this!
Ow!
You're dead!
Ah! Yes, I am. I think I might need to turn down the combat difficulty. It's the little sister of Sherlock, and she runs away when her mother dies because they want to send her to boarding school, and she pretends to be a guy so she can solve crimes while evading him all the while. Oh! That does sound fun. That does sound interesting. Can I turn down settings? Difficulty. Combat. We're gonna do that. Fortunately, let's go to bed now, but it was great to hang out. Totally got it this time. You're gonna beat him. I'm gonna hold off until later, actually. I've been going for 2.5 hours already. I think I'm gonna get to the location I'm supposed to be at for the next thing. And then I think I'm gonna stop for tonight. But thank you for stopping by. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will check out the Enola Holmes stuff. I'll see if I can look those up, rent, like borrow them from the library. Sleep well. I will talk to you later. Just running through the streets of London. Except this isn't London. It's someplace on the Mediterranean Sea that I've never heard of. I don't know if it really exists. Excuse me.
Merhaba.
Okay, so it's gonna be right around here. Bizarre road here. Hello?
These workers don't look like your average Cordona folk.
They're refugees from the camp.
That's our way in, Sherry.
Hello.
Hey, you.
This is private property. You lost something.
Just be upfront with it. I'm private investigator.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm investigating a robbery, and Mr. Bernadotti may be just the man to help me with...
You're a copper?
I have nothing to do with the police.
Mr. Bernadotti isn't seeing anyone. You have 3 seconds to walk away, or you'll never walk again. Capito?
It's in Mr. Bernadotti's best interest to...
1.
I did try to resolve this peacefully.
I got an achievement for that. Punch first, ask questions later. Hell yeah.
I'm coming.
Too simple.
Boop, boop, boop.
Take a rest, my friend.
Eat lead.
No more...
The snuff's ready. Give him the pepper snuff.
Sure, when I need it.
Take a rest.
The snuff's ready.
Yeah, I know. I know, John.
It won't work this way.
I'm coming for you.
Time to knock this guy out.
Come on, boop, boop, boop.
Get ready for some pain.
Take a rest, my friend.
Okay. How many more of you do I have to deal with?
I'm coming.
I'm not good at aiming.
Don't bother.
Give him the pepper snuff.
That didn't work. Come on. Auto target some shit.
Can overcome the brute now.
Yeah, I know. I know I can. I would fucking love to.
No more crime for you until next month. Too simple.
Oh, goodness gracious. I got $10. And I'm in here now. What do I do now that I'm in here?
Sherry, look. This seems familiar.
I think we found the painting.
Let's see what's hidden there. Vogel's stolen painting. Isn't it curious how it developed into a much more interesting case?
Some stolen
Masks, traditional for the Chokwe people of Central Africa. A Dogon statue from West Africa. A century old at least. VH Grindley Flow Blue Tableware. This is what lies behind the facade of Bernadotte Company Limited.
Smuggling.
No, sir. Don't hurt me.
It's all right. I won't harm you.
Like you didn't harm the folks on the way here?
An amazing piece of culture. I imagine many collectors and museums would be interested in having it.
Don't come any closer. One step and I'll shred you to pieces.
Have you ever tried to pick up your teeth with broken fingers?
Righto. Yes. Yep. Well, excuse me, sir. I think I hear... I've got to... It's better I leave.
Whoa. Oh, wow. That was as if somebody put my words in your mouth.
I got real sassy there.
The Bernadotte Company Limited trade network reaches the most distant colonies of the Great Empire.
It must be very convenient for a man like Bernadotte.
I suppose it's Mr. Bernadotte with our fine governor. "1875. It's taken a few years back. John, how many people in Cordona have a photograph with the governor, do you think?
You definitely don't have one.
Please don't shoot me. I have a family. Spare me.
So, you've cut through all the guards just to talk to me. Then come here, and we shall talk. Whenever you're ready. I'd hate to intrude.
Shut the fuck up. Different from the others. Nothing else facially. Doesn't shun dirty work. Had Pellagra. Cold-blooded. Married.
Bad news. The thug you sent to the refugee camp only succeeded in stabbing himself. His next and final journey will be to the morgue.
Hold your horses. Who the hell are you?
Sherlock Holmes. And you are Niccolo Bernadotte, a smuggler, kidnapper, and notorious cutthroat, among other things.
Few men would dare waltz into my office and address me like that. You are either overconfident or unintelligent. This is private property. Give me one reason why I should not shoot you on the spot. I am sure my friends at the station would call it self-defense.
Mr. Bernadotte, do you know the name Boniface Mercurio?
I do not.
Mercurio was a local artist. Recently, a man broke into his apartment, ransacked the place, and killed him. The thief was looking for something.
You are testing my patience, boy.
In a moment, the connection will reveal itself. As I said, your man was found dead in the refugee camp. He was there to kidnap a woman, but the other refugees intervened to try and save her. The ensuing scuffle resulted in the man's accidental suicide. He sported the same tattoo as your men in this building. In fact, it also bears a resemblance to the one on your neck. Care to explain what business your man had with this woman?
You have no idea what you are talking about. I can assure you this was no kidnapping. The refugees in the camp are on edge. What happened there is a tragic accident, one I am not responsible for.
For what reason was your man there if not to abduct her?
Why would I answer? You are yet to justify your presence in the slightest.
I was hired, privately, to investigate the recent theft of a painting from an art gallery. My investigation led me to a man from your organization, and thus, to you, Mr. Bernadotti.
That is quite a stretch. Why would I need to steal a painting when I could buy anyone I wanted?
Interestingly enough, I spotted the stolen painting in your storeroom.
I buy and sell a lot of things, Mr. Holmes. Unfortunately, if this is true, it is not the first time I have been sold stolen merchandise. I presume you were hired by the owner of the gallery. Tell them to contact me, and we'll sort out the situation. So, this painting is why you broke into my office. So many words, so little action. When you barged into my office, Mr. Holmes, I got the impression you wanted to talk business. Now I see you had come just to talk. Tell me exactly what you want, or get out.
It was necessary groundwork for what comes next. I have enough evidence to conclude that the gallery thief, the artist's killer, and the dead man in the camp are all the same person.
Your time is almost up, Mr. Holmes.
Before you draw your gun, there is one final detail I am yet to mention. The young woman your man was tasked to collect from the refugee camp had been defiled at a perverse masquerade party. That violation was captured in a photograph by Boniface Mercurio and used as a reference for his painting. The photo shows the attacker's face.
Finally. That's why you're here, Mr. Holmes. You have the photograph.
It is what your man was after when he broke into Mercurio's apartment, and it is what you're after too, isn't it, Mr. Bernadotti?
You have the photograph with you. How much do you want for it?
I am not naive enough to carry it with me, but I am yet to decide what I shall do with it. I know the man in the photo is a British envoy. What interest do you have in his downfall?
I must admit, I'm rather impressed by how comprehensively you have pursued this
So,
matter.
this is going to be a choice of
So,
who do I give
deserve
the photo
the
to?
honest answer. My business dealings are often arduous in their bureaucracy. A man in his position, willing to look the other way, could ease my work significantly. In return, I will make sure no one looks his way either. A favor for a favor.
Also known as blackmail, the modus operandi of any true professional.
It was not originally my idea. Mercurio set things in motion, extorting the envoy for the most trivial of ends. Money. In response, the envoy hired my man to retrieve the painting
Causes all
and
people
the
to
photograph,
seemingly lose their
eliminating Mercurio's leverage. I only learned the whole story after the artist was killed in his home.
And rather than extricate yourself, instead you took over Mercurio's venture.
It fell into my lap. As a businessman, I simply seized the opportunity. Now, how much do you want for the image?
Why did you send your man to remove the woman from the camp?
Without a photograph, her testimony was the next best thing. Securing her was in everyone's interest. Victims and witnesses all too often disappear. I thought
Fair
the
enough.
girl was safer with us.
In that
I did
particular
not
point, fair
anticipate
enough.
what would happen at the camp.
I could not help but appreciate the collection of smuggled artifacts in your storeroom. You have rather diversified your business.
Oh, high and mighty of you, Mr. Holmes. Not all smuggling is immoral. I pay generous rates to developing cultures and spread their culture to eager buyers. And furthermore, I supply many immigrants with a taste of home.
A very convenient way of thinking.
I have traveled wildly, Mr. Holmes. I've seen people in far-flung lands for whom my services are a lifeline. Without them, they would starve. The tax on cargo is often so absurd that it would be more profitable to simply sink your ship than dock it in the harbor. And trust me, I am speaking from experience.
I saw refugees from the camp at your warehouse. They work for you.
I have made certain arrangements with City Hall and the police. Thanks to me, refugees can work and be paid. It's a pathway to freedom.
And how much do you save by capitalizing on their cheap labor?
I have heard no complaints. They seem happy just to get out of that slum.
Why should I give you the photograph?
Just name your price.
What if my price were not money? You claim to have connections, Mr. Bernadotte. Perhaps you could improve conditions for the refugees. Give them a chance for a better life.
Ha! I do have connections, Mr. Holmes, but help the whole camp? You are asking too much. I could, however, make arrangements for one person. The woman who was violated will have her own home outside the camp, solely for her and her child. She will no longer be a refugee, but a princess. That I can guarantee.
Is that really possible?
It will be neither fast nor easy, but I can do
So
it.
my choices come
She
down to
deserves it, don't you agree?
help
And
the
as for
refugees
her
as a
abuser,
whole,
he will
or
serve
help
me as
just
much as he deserves.
So
Mila.
in your plan, everybody will be
But
given their due.
in order to help the refugees
Especially
as a
you,
whole,
Mr. Bernadotte.
Seems like
I
a
kind
fair
of
deal.
have to let
No? I doubt anyone could offer you better.
the envoy get away with what he
Simply
did.
give me the photograph, and the world becomes a better place. I give you my word.
But I mean, he still kind of gets away with it if I give it to Bernadotte. Oh, I don't like my options. Or I can apparently give it to... But that's not going to help. I don't like it. I don't like it, but I'm gonna do it.
The front door's now open, sir. You can leave through it. If you want, of course.
I'm going. I don't like it. I don't like the choice I have to make, but it's the choice I have made. I'm just gonna live with it. It's like in Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. Spoilers for that if you have not played that and are intending to. But at the end of that game, you have to make a choice about what you decide to do with the information you get. I'm going to kind of actually say this in a way where you don't get spoiled. You had to make a choice about the greater good and like the systemic problems that lead to what happened. And it was a similar kind of thing of like, I'm not the biggest fan of this, but that's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted.
Have you thought it all through?
Unfortunately.
Almost. The refugees, what will happen to them?
Well, I wouldn't be standing here in this fancy office if I didn't know how to pull the right strings. In fact, it's the only thing I know. The local governor will receive a decree signed by the House of Lords containing a request to patriate the refugees in the name of the Crown.
From where did you gain such influence?
I never asked you how you found the photograph. So don't ask the magician how he performs his tricks.
But how can I believe you?
Ugh. I presume you do believe in my selfishness.
Yes.
The initiator of the refugee salvation will be none other than the British envoy, savior and protector of those in need. It's a win situation for me, too. Now, what about the photograph?
You deserve to be punished, but the greater good is what matters here. I won't bargain it for justice for Nate.
I'm glad that this situation is over.
It will be over when you settle the matter of the refugees.
You have my word, Mr. Holmes.
Piece of shit. Voice of the people. Always advocate for the refugees. So apparently I must have generally done the right thing. Hi, Vogel.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio. Perishing in the pursuit of his art.
Fuck off.
I will miss his exceptional sense of humor.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
Huh, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you
No,
were
I
not
did
responsible.
not.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
I found the painting, but I could not retrieve it.
Well then, where is it?
In Bernadotti's office.
Bernadotti? That shady businessman? Why would he steal it from me?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him yourself.
I take it you found something more then. What happened to your crusade of truth? Was it not that important, after all?
No truth will satisfy you, Mr. Vogel.
It was not an attack, Mr. Holmes. If you've chosen not to tell me, I respect your intention. But it is just rather boring, isn't it?
It is what it is.
Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
What is it?
And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
Previously, you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear, I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine.
Don't grab my face like that.
Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
Yay, money! Okay. I say we quickly swing through Furniture Place. pathway. That's why I can't find him. But say we swing by the furniture place quick and pick up.
Afraid. I wish you pleasant reading.
Couple of newspapers.
Oriental Rug. Merhaba.
Welcome.
It's a good day for a purchase. May
Okay, got those.
your purchase bring you joy.
Let's pick something that suits you.
Can I buy stuff that I've rented?
Don't leave.
No, I am going to leave. Ugh.
Take one more look. Nice affordable clothes. Step right up.
Buy some stuff and go back to my house. American art dealer might have some new stuff for me. Is that what this is indicating?
Come, take a look at our clothes and accessories.
You'll never find such my goods will brighten. Enjoy your purchase. Garden statues. Sorry, I have nothing to offer you at present.
Why are you shouting about offerings? Just going around buying up furniture at the moment. Give me stuff so I can make my house look nice.
Refresh your interior. Pick. My goods will.
Oh, I've only got $8.
You always know where to find me.
Yeah. Back in the direction I came. Oops, sorry, small child. Just run over the children. Okay, bring me back to my house. I suppose we'll quickly hear what this
So,
guy
are you
wants.
ready to take on
Yeah.
the task?
I'm
You
listening.
have my attention, Mr. Esteban.
Mark Ridley, the son of General Arthur Ridley, is being blackmailed. Suffice to say, the compromising material is of a delicate nature. The matter is of no small importance to the Crown, especially given the status quo on Cordona.
What about the status quo?
The Ottoman population holds a certain animosity towards the colonial rule. It's been this way since we took over the island. General Ridley made concessions with their leaders, but I'm afraid we are still teetering on the edge of open hostility.
So we want to avoid war.
What does Mycroft want me to do? Retrieve the blackmail material?
No, sir, nothing of the sort. Mark Ridley is meeting the blackmailer atop the old city bridge tower. You shall observe from a distance, then establish the blackmailer's identity. Do not attempt to arrest him. We'll handle it from there.
Saving the best for yourself? Fine.
There is a cafe just over the bridge that provides a good vantage point. Please report to me when you are done. I'll be waiting for you here, and remember, discretion is of the essence.
Okay. What's this? It's a weird-ass art piece.
It's a bizarre object, and yet oddly familiar. Did you just remember something?
Mermaid
Yes.
skeleton.
A room full of curiosities and artifacts. I think I can find it in the manor.
Sherlock. So, you continue to pursue the imaginary. I had hoped you might have got all this out of your system by now.
Hi, Mycroft.
What are you doing here? Get out of my house.
It's my house, actually. I've come to bring you back.
I have no interest in returning, let alone with you. I know you lied about Mother all these years, claiming she was merely ill, but she was unstable. She never had tuberculosis. She was not recuperating, but mentally deteriorating, and you never once thought to tell me. How dare...
I shall not indulge this petulant tantrum. You can just tire yourself out and then slink back to London with your tail between your legs.
Just tell me everything! I'm an adult now. Show me the basic courtesy of an explanation. You know I will find out eventually.
The goal was stability, and that's what you got. The right thing for everyone was to try and move on from her passing.
The consequences of one's actions determines what is right or wrong.
Yes, exactly. The ends justify the means. After leaving Cordona, Sherlock, you had a normal childhood. In London, I was able to support you, guide you, shape you into a fine and productive young man. You have so much potential, so much to offer society.
But that's not the end. Now I found the truth, and it has shattered everything I knew about her, about you, and about myself. I feel unstable because of you. Your actions were not justified. Lying never is.
Oh, grow up, Sherlock. It was a white lie which has as much use in the realm of the interpersonal as the international. It is time you come to accept that some things are bigger than yourself.
Oh, you are full of it. You like to pretend you care about the big picture, but it's just an ego trip. You like knowing more than others. You like greasing palms and rubbing shoulders with the rich and powerful. You like having eyes and ears everywhere. The fact it helps the nation is incidental, because all you care about is yourself.
It's true. I have agents everywhere, including Cordona. If you weren't so damn stubborn, you'd realize that means I'm only here for you.
Both of you are stubborn. Sherlock, you need to realize that your brother is emotionally unavailable, but he does care. And Mycroft, you need to pull your fucking head out of your ass and listen to your brother. And understand that Sherlock isn't you. Again, coming back to that conversation from earlier, Sherlock is far more emotional than Mycroft is. But due to his upbringing and due to the way his mind works, he doesn't come off emotional. He tends to come off more cold. But he cares so much. You see it in the novels and how he talks to John and how he cares about John. It's, I have a bone to pick with Mycroft in every fucking universe Mycroft is in. I know it's just the way his character is, but god damn it, Mycroft, get your head out of your ass. Alright. The last few times we've done the stuff inside the manor before we end the episode, but because it's already been almost 3.5 hours since I started stream today, I think I'm going to call it here. And I think next episode, the next stream might actually, we might stay away from the main story for the most part, and I think we might do some side story stuff. So, because we've got like that violin that we need to, and like the violin storyline. We've got all these different quests from Mycroft. There's plenty of more coins that need to be done, and I want to get more shit to renovate this house. Cause I'm a sucker for for renovation pieces. The Blood and Wine expansion of Witcher 3 that let you decorate and renovate an entire manor. Totally my shit. So, I want to do that. But thank you everyone for joining me for this stream. I do not know if I'll be back tomorrow or when. It is a holiday weekend coming up, and I'm planning on some time with friends and family in the next few days, so I do not know what my schedule will be like in regards to that. So, you may not see me properly again until next week, but I will try and put out some heads up before that, just so you kind of know what's coming up. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night, and thank you for joining me. Bye-bye!